Alright, I'm going to show you how to do an adjustment layer based off a selection. So, for instance, this is my daughter. This is an image I took a few weeks ago. And so, what do I do if I just want her, let's say, just her diaper and her leggings and just her eyes to be in color, and I want to mess around with that color? So what can I do? First thing I need to do is press W for the selection, and I'm going to increase the size here just a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to zoom in the eyes first, and I'm going to select the eyes. If I go too far, I just hold down Option and click and drag on the area that I don't want. Well, that's pretty good. Next thing I need to go down to is this area. So I'm just going to click and drag, and I'm going to click in these areas that I want it to go under hand. Zoom in a little bit so you can make sure we got everything. And that's okay. I can just hold down Option and drag. There we go. And remember, I don't want her foot. So there we go. Alright, and that's pretty good. Again, if you make a mistake, you just hold down the Option key and click and drag. Get this little area right here. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so I've got everything that I want. I've got her eyes and I've got all that stuff. So let me zoom out and show you what I've got here. And okay, so I've got her eyes, I've got her diaper and her legging things. Okay, so what can I do? What I'm going to do is go down to the Create New Fill or Adjustment Layer, and I'm actually going to go to Levels. Alright. And if you double click on Levels, it's going to take you there. And I can just mess around with my levels like we talked about earlier. I can hold down Option, and it's going to show me those areas that need to be worked on. I'll let go as soon as I see some information. Same thing on this side. As soon as I see some information, right there. Okay. And that looks alright. I want to take that back just a smidge. Great, so that's pretty good, but what do I do if I want to, maybe if I want to make everything but my selection that I just made black and white? What can I do there? Well, the first thing you can do is press Command J, and that duplicates the layer. Okay, and you click on this little guy and it unlocks in between these two, the adjustment layer and the actual mask, and it unlocks it so you can actually attach that mask to another adjustment layer now if you want to. Okay, so I'm going to invert that because I want everything but there that I selected, right? I'm going to create a black and white adjustment layer. Okay, unlock that. And now, when I threw that clipping mask that I inverted onto the black and white layer, it made everything that is white, black and white. White reveals, black conceals. And at the same time, I still have my levels clipping mask for the area that I selected. Okay. Now, what if I want to go back and fix these areas? No big deal. You can obviously see that her leg and some of her feet need to be fixed. So what can I do there? You can actually use a brush. And remember, like I said, white reveals and black conceals. So let me show you what I mean. So if you press B for the brush tool, and you got black and white here, let me paint with white for a second on the black and white level. And what's going to happen is when I paint with white, it's actually going to reveal that black and white level. So I'm actually painting away the areas that I don't want in there. Pretty cool. Now there's some part of her diaper here that I want to make sure I get. So I can press X and it switches the foreground and background. Now I'm painting with black. So now I'm painting, I'm concealing the black and white layer. And this is really useful for me to get really detailed on things in a specific image. Okay. Now let's zoom out and see how it looks. Definitely looks a lot better now. And I can go in here and mess around with this foot area. So again, you gotta press X to paint with white. And you can see it all disappearing here. And that looks a lot better, right? Very cool. So that's how you use levels and clipping masks.